What's going on, Player Profiler Nation? Welcome to the Game Plan Overtime Edition. Ooh, look at this handsome guest I have sitting next to me, Mr. Matt Kelley, the Podfather. What's going on, Matt? Are you ready to?
We live?
We're live, baby.
We're live on the channel?
We are. Yeah, of course. It's OT. It's
man. Live. Oh, baby. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I have a bold prediction for you.
Let's jump right into it. What is your bold prediction here in overtime?
I have a bold prediction for the game plan.
Let's do it. I need to hear it.
Skyy Moore outscores Treylon Burks.
Okay. Oh, that is bold.
Is it though?
But
why is it so bold? I don't get it.
There's a path to it being very much correct. So let's talk about that path. Where do you want to start? On the Skyy Moore side of the scale or the Treylon Burks here?
Well, Treylon Burks, we got to start Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks is now the auxiliary receiver on a Derrick Henry offense. Okay.
Very well put.
Captained by Ryan Tannehill. Do I need to say, do you want me to say this again? Do you want me to repeat it?
For the listeners, repeat it one more time. Yeah.
Treylon Burks is an auxiliary receiver on a Derrick Henry-centric offense, captained, quarterbacked, commanded by Ryan Tannehill.
Woof.
Okay. And this is coming off a season where he didn't even give you 500 receiving yards in 11 games. He was the wide receiver 56 on a per game basis, 8.6 fantasy points per game. And because he's on the Titans and they're a pathetic franchise, it's heading in the wrong direction, he only had one touchdown. Okay. He is a bully down the field. And there's no doubt about it. He is strong at the catch point. He is a dog. I get it. Is he a refined route runner? No.
Is he a dog?
I think he is. I think he has great toughness and strength, right? He's one of the few big receivers that has come out and been drafted in the first round. Most of these receivers look like Zay Flowers. They look like Devontae Smith. They look like Jordan Addison, but this guy's actually 225 pounds. But like Quentin Johnston, for example, he comes out and runs slower than expected and has absolutely no agility. And then you go back and you look at the tape and it's like, oh, there was a lot of bubble screens, a lot of slants, and a lot of 9 routes in college. And that's where he won by just being bigger and stronger than the defensive backs that he was facing. Will this fully translate to stud NFL receiver in the highest level of football? Well, the Titans are saying we're not so sure because they're signing DeAndre Hopkins.
Right.
So that's also it's twofold for Treylon Burks. It's bad that they're signing DeAndre Hopkins because it's going to reduce his target share this year and then further delay his breakout. But it's also a bad sign that the organization that's seen him practice and seen him in the film room every single day isn't comfortable with him in an alpha receiver role. So you have two things going on there. On the flip side, we have Skyy Moore, where the organization is saying, we don't need another receiver. We're good. We're just going to draft another rookie in the second round. And, we've got Marquez Valdez-Scantling stretching the field. We've got Kelsey as our number one, and he's up the seam. But we've got this whole zone, short and intermediate routes, where we started deploying Skyy Moore last year, where he did against the Bengals, had a snap share over 50%. And he had 7 targets in that game in the AFC Championship. They've already started to build trust, right? So he might be like the wide receiver version of Kenneth Gainwell, where we all look up and just slap our foreheads and be like, the team told us that they're starting to trust this guy. Why are we so slow on the uptake on Gainwell and Moore? And then when you zoom out even further, when we were evaluating these players heading into the 2022 draft, Moore and Burks were close. There was talk about Skyy Moore going first round, and there was talk of Burks falling out of the first round. Neither of those things happened. It was a little more chalk, right? Mid-second round for Moore.
The trade also made that happen, right? They traded A.J. Brown. It made this opening so apparent.
Right. And they did the classic thing where We lost a receiver, so we're going to bring in a receiver that looks like the receiver we lost, except that he's like a lesser version. He's a copy of a copy of a copy. He's the multiplicity version of A.J. Brown. He's a little slower. He's a little less versatile. He's a little less refined. So he's not him, right? And so what they try to do is they try to replace him with a copy of a copy, and that's not going to work. Whereas the Chiefs just said, we're going to find the best prospect available. Right? We're going to find a guy that was completely and utterly dominant in college, comes out early, right? He was the first small school receiver, right? Non-Division 1A receiver to come out early.
Right.
Since
that was big.
Davante Adams, I want to say.
It's been a while.
It had been forever, right? Because he was at Western Michigan, and even Corey Davis, who was, the all-time leader at Western Michigan, maybe in that conference in receiving yards, he stayed all 4 years. But Skyy Moore did not. And Skyy Moore, coming from Western Michigan, of course, is not going to produce right away with the Chiefs. That's just not realistic. Anyone with a football brain knows that's not an expectation. The expectation is a full offseason with the coaching staff and Mahomes, and he will develop and start to produce the versatile all-field route tree and start to show that complete route inventory by year 2. And then there's nothing stopping him. There's no target competition to block him from going up and seizing a 20% target share. So he goes up and seizes a 20% target share in that offense. Burks comes in with an 18% target share. Right? His target share was 18% last year. Now they add Hopkins. There's nothing that's showing me he's going to improve that. So now, wait a second. Let me get this straight. So even if you gave him the same target share, okay, they both have a 17.5% target share this year. Okay. One guy is getting the target share of the Chiefs pie, a extreme pass-heavy offense. The other is getting the target share of the Titans pie, which is a less accurate quarterback on a run-centric offense, a Derrick Henry-led offense. So when you're running the math and the projections, it's just so much easier for Skyy Moore to beat the fantasy point production of Treylon Burks because he can afford to be less efficient and still outproduce him just because of the sheer volume of pass attempts in that offense and the sheer lack of target competition. It's actually too easy. It feels bold, but the Treylon Burks ADP is coming down now. We see he's down a full round on Underdog and in the FFPC already. But I think that fantasy gamers it's going to take all August to fully appreciate how fucked this guy is. And he'll be drafted outside the top 100 by the end of August, and then you'll see Skyy Moore flashing in camp. And then everyone like, wait, this is the Chiefs. Wait, this depth chart is wide open. And then it's possible that their ADPs are actually 2 ships passing in the night at the end of August.
Right. Do you know who his best comparable player is on playerprofiler.com?
Tell me.
Golden Tate. Imagine Golden Tate in the Chiefs offense. That's tantalizing. I want to ask you one last question about Skyy Moore. It's because it's been in my mind. It's a gut feeling. It's nothing I'm reading about. It's just a gut feeling. Jerick McKinnon gets hurt. Couldn't you see Skyy Moore getting some of those H-back type plays, like the passing plays from the backfield?
Guess who else did that? Golden Tate.
Golden freaking Tate.